I'm your favorite son, and so I get to sit next to you.
That's right.
Oh,
He is.
he just made this whole story. It just,
The truth is what it is.
So my question was going to be, did you date anybody before Dad?
oh yeah.
So how many,
Listen how quickly she said that.
how many dates did you? How many people? You know, did you just
Oh.
like go on different dates?
Oh,
or,
different dates.
Or did you ever
yeah.
have like a serious?
No, not until Dad.
So you didn't have like multiple dates with anybody in particular?
No, it was just I dated different people.
Mm.
You know, I mean, but I didn't date all that much. You know.
Oh, I
but,
see. Who was the last person before you?
I don't know.
If you don't remember.
Oh, let's see. How did I end up meeting Dad? Because,
Well, you met Father while you're on a date with another gentleman.
I dated one of the guys that was in their group,
In their group.
but he, you know, it was just one of those
Yeah, you were just.
dating,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
wasn't
it wasn't
anything.
that serious.
And then I found out that I'm trying to remember. I wish my memory was better because I remember talking about. We used to talk about that story about how he wanted to go out with me.
Did he want to punch the other guy out?
No, he wanted to go out with me. I can't remember the details, but anyway, that started like that. I dated Dan Sullivan was his name.
Oh.
I
Dan
dated
Sullivan,
him,
well, of course.
and then
Famous.
and
So
we
what
were-
was the first date that you went on with Dad?
with Dad? Oh gosh, I don't know. I really don't have any definite.
You don't really remember?
And
Was it
that
just like a party
particular-
or something?
Yeah, it was just a date. I mean, you know, it wasn't. I didn't have. I mean, I was glad to
Did you
go
go
out
out
with
to
him.
dinner?
No. We just went to a party, a frat
is that
party.
right?
Yeah, it was just a party. You know, you could pick you up about 8 o'clock or something like that.
Who was the frat? What frat was it?
Well, I mean, they had their own little group there, but they weren't a
Dad
official.
wasn't in a
No,
fraternity, was
he wasn't in an official fraternity, but they had a name for their group, and it was some name, I don't even remember that anymore. That's part of the problem, trying to go back over all this stuff.
But he was in St. Louis. He was at St. Louis U.
Oh yeah, he was at St. Louis U. And so was Dan Sullivan. And see, I was dated, that's how I met Dad, was through, because I had a date with Dan Sullivan. And on a date with him, we were in this, they always have parties, you know, and bring your dates to the party. Well, then I met Dad through that going to a party, you know. And so,
What kind of car was Dad driving back then?
oh my gosh.
Just trying to picture you guys in the car.
Well, let's see. I don't know what it was his family's car, but
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember it. I don't remember, tell you the truth. I wasn't there. Why? Why do you?
I just thought it'd be interesting to picture the two
Yeah,
of you in
no,
whatever
it wasn't
car
his
it was.
car. It was probably, if he had a car,
It was
well,
a
a lot of
Packard.
times we would double date with somebody,
Uh-huh.
you know, so that we didn't always, it wasn't always his car. And one of the funny things about going out with him was the fact that when I lived out there in St. Anne's, and then he lived in Brentwood, and that was a big deal. They always made such a big deal because I lived so much farther away from them.
You were in the
Wow.
Hicks,
I was in the
In the
Hicks.
sticks.
and
I mean,
or the Sticks.
yeah, now that's like nothing really.
Yeah,
I mean,
but then, you know, they lived in, like I said, they lived in Brentwood, yeah. Did I say Brentwood?
yeah.
Yes.
And that's kind of near Clayton and those kind of places over in there.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like they lived in fancy houses or anything, but just the location was a lot different than living in St. Anne's. And that was a trip to come over and pick me
Yeah.
up, you know. So
Well, that was back when the Rock Road was just a country lane and.
No, it was regular rock road, but we didn't have the big, the rock road was there, and it was okay.
Right,
Well,
but I'm just saying it was just
Yeah.
like a country lane.
Right.
It wasn't.
Well, yeah,
Major.
it was more than a country lane, it was more like a highway thing, not like it is now, I mean, you know,
Right.
not a dual and all that kind of stuff. you know.
Right.
But, and they didn't have the other big highways that went north and I mean, yeah, north and south then either, you know, like
Mhm.
40 or 49,
Oh, no.
something like that.
Before interstates.
Yeah.
So how, do you remember how many, years or approximately? Do you know how long you guys dated before he
Let's see.
proposed?
Before Peter, huh?
Oh, yeah.
How long did you date before Peter?
Oh.
No, that's not what that's not. I meant before they got married. I wouldn't.
Well, okay, but
But we can do the addition. We know when they got married, and we know when I was born.
It
So
was 1958 when we got married, right?
no, 59
59. So I must, okay. So I probably started.
November.
That's right. Why did I think, well, 58, oh, that's because that's when I graduated from college was 58. So that's what the 58 is. I was trying to think of where 58 came in. But anyway, we were dating, then, oh gosh, I guess we dated, till when we got married, we went out with each other for quite a few years. I can't remember the exact years. I used to know it, but like I said, a lot of the stuff I can't get.
well,
I'm not
what
that
year were
exact.
you born, Peter?
60.
So
they didn't mess around.
they
Well,
got down to business. They got
they
down
didn't
to
waste any
business.
time. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
But that's a,
So do you remember your first kiss?
No, not necessarily the very first one. Not necessarily, but I'll tell you what. He was a
he was a good-looking
one.
guy.
He was a good-looking guy, and he was just, and he was a good kisser.
Oh.
But we didn't get carried away.
Now, did you ever kiss another boy?
Of course.
Okay. So when you went on dates with boys, you would kiss them?
No,
No?
no. If I was first date or something like that, no, that didn't
Oh, I see.
automatically come in. Dad was the only person I ever had a real long relationship with.
Mhm.
I never dated boys that much. You know, I might have a date or so and then maybe see him, maybe not. And there were some guys that would call me, but I didn't really like them, so I never.
Try to dissuade them.
Yeah, I never really dated him that much. But then when I met Dad, well, we just hit it off, just like.
Oh yeah.
Did your brothers like him pretty well?
I don't really know, because they weren't around. They were older than me.
Okay.
And by the time I started
You were dating,
him,
they were already gone.
oh, they were already gone. They weren't. Well, Uncle John wasn't. He was there, and he liked him. You know, he liked Larry, Dad, and but he was never around that much either to talk to when Larry would come. So, but
I know your sisters thought he was good looking.
oh yeah, I know Ann. She says, you gotta hang on to that guy. He's a doll or something like that.
I can just hear it. It's hilarious.
But mom liked him, and he was always so friendly.
But your dad probably didn't say much. He was
Dad,
pretty quiet.
no, Dad never really got into it. You know, he never really said much about any of the people. but Dad, he had my mom wrapped around his little finger.
Oh boy.
I mean, you know
Did she
what I
come
mean.
over and fix him food or something?
I mean, she just, he knew how to, what made her feel good and stuff
Oh.
like that. And so, but he still had his opinion and she still had hers. So they'd have you could tell when they had their moments. I'd always have to try to warn them. Now remember, don't say so-and-so in front of Mom because she may not like it.
Oh yeah.
And I never had a problem. I never really had a
Let's
problem.
see. Was I'm trying to think. Was Mary at home when you went over there? Was she still at home?
Who, Mary? You mean
Yeah.
Mary?
Dad's sister.
Oh, yeah. She was just a little kid. Not
Really?
little, but I mean, she was young. She wasn't even, I don't think she was
Okay.
even in high school when I first started going out with them. Yeah.
So did you like go over there for dinner or anything?
Oh, occasionally I would go over there. It was always, they were.
And there,
it
so there was Mary was probably there, and then was Tom was there, or was
Yeah,
he at school?
Mary and Tom. Nancy, I never was over there with, Nancy was pretty much gone
Right.
to New York by the time I started dating Dad.
So.
And then Bill.
And Bill was there. So they were all, I was around all of them when I would go over.
So when Dad came over to your house, who was there? Still at
Well,
your house?
Judy was still there. Judy and I were still living there. Of course, John was there, and my sister and Aunt Mary was there. I think Jean was gone. Yeah, I think she was gone, or maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was already married.
Bill?
Bill wasn't there. He was
Bill
not.
was gone.
Yeah, he was gone too. It was just mainly Aunt Mary and Judy and me was all that was there at the house then.
And
Is that-
John.
And John, yeah, the rest of them, everybody else was married or gone, when I started dating Dad. Because I was in college by then, so it was just Judy and, we were the tail end of the
When
family.
you were in college, you still lived at home.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was what they call a day hop.
Take the bus.
Yeah. I
Take the
didn't-
bus to Fontbonne.
Yeah, I wasn't, lived in a dorm or anything.
That's what I was for a couple of years.
Yeah. But Fontbonne was fantastic.
Mm.
Had a lot of
So-
fun.
When you were in school, did you? This is a question that they have on here. Did you? I know you were probably really good, but did you ever get in trouble? Did you ever get any? You never got.
You mean
in
any time in school?
yeah.
Oh yeah, like let's see, when I was in grades, I don't remember a specific incident. I mean, I didn't get in trouble all the time or anything, but I probably had a couple of. I can't remember. I think one time in grade school I had some weird thing happen about I wish I could remember those stories now. I keep forgetting them. I had this one thing. It was like when I was in third grade or something like that, and I got in trouble for. I don't know if it was because the teacher asked. It was some stupid little thing, like they do, like.
That.
The teacher was the nun wasn't in the room, and then.
You did something.
And then then I thought I heard her coming. And I said, "Sister's coming back," or something like that. And so she heard that, but she didn't know who said it. So she came in and said, "Now I heard somebody yell that I was coming back. Now who was that?"
Uh-oh.
Of course, I admitted that it was me, But and I mean that was one thing. I mean I never got in a lot of trouble. When I did, oh my God, it was like panic time or something.
Oh well.
But
But you had pretty much all nuns, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until high school. And then we had some lay teachers, but then we still had a lot of nuns too.
Hmm.
Did you have a favorite teacher?
Not really. Oh, my sixth grade, her name was Sister Joselita. She was kind of fun. But none of the others were really, I mean, they were fine. I didn't have any problem with them, but I mean, none that I thought was,
What about Fontbonne? Any favorite teachers there? Any that really influenced you?
Oh, I'm not so sure. But I loved Fontbonne. That was one of my favorite times of going to school was when I went to college there. I met a lot of my friends that I still have.
Yeah.
I met there. And plus, I just loved being there in college. I loved the
Sure.
way the programs were presented and everything like that. So Fontbonne
Yeah.
was a great time. And I went on a lot of different dates. I don't remember a lot of the guys that I dated, but there was always somebody to go out with. I was always being called for to go on a date, and it was a lot of fun. You'd go to frat parties or, just parties, or go to the stuff at school sometimes. They have things, and it was always a lot of fun. And then, of course, then I started going out with Dad, and then we always had parties, and then I met a lot of nice guys. I first started going out with one of his friends, and then I met him, and then he asked me out.